Hey everybody, I wanted to talk about my process and how I edit photos and turn them into a more futuristic type of feel. Now this picture is from a recent photo shoot that I had. This is a motorcyclist, and these colors here, these lights and shapes, is actually a prism. It's a technique that I use where I put the prism in front of the camera, and it lets me play with the light a bit more. Instead of having to do this in post, I can just do it in pre-production. So let's get to the colors. So I like this. It's a bit yellow, and I'm looking for a more drawn type of vibe. I'll put a picture of Tron just to showcase what I mean. So as you can see here, we got a lot of yellows, we got some greens, some blues. Now what I like to do is I like to take control of the lighting, and I like to put it in black and white first and foremost. This is also Adobe Lightroom, by the way. You can play around with the highlights. I'm going to increase the highlights a little bit. Whatever I think looks good. I like doing this. I like lowering the shadows. And for some reason, I always keep my numbers 11, 22, 33, 44, like 55 here. It's just a habit. You don't need to do that. All right, let me get this sorted out. And I love playing with the clarity, although it does de-sharpen your footage or your picture a little bit. So you might have to go back and adjust this, but I like it because it makes it look a bit more dreamy. And if you want to put the clarity a bit up, I'll up the texture. Let's see how this looks. Let's do it before and after. All right, not much difference, but it looks good. I'm gonna up this a little bit. So we can start here. This is the temperature, this is the tint. As you can see, if you go left, it's a bit blue. If you go right, it's more yellow. Now I'm gonna go a little bit blue and a little bit pink. Now it seems like it will be a bit harder to make this picture futuristic. So what I usually do is I go up here, I go to radial gradient. And if I want to make it super abstract, let's say I'll focus on this side, and you can see the areas that are red is the areas that are being targeted. So let's just say this side, I want to make it super blue, and then I'm going to copy and paste this. And let's say this side, I want to make it super pink. Okay, that doesn't work. Scratch that. We got to do a new mask. It's been a minute, my bad. So we're gonna increase this. We'll increase the size, and then we'll make this pink. So we got blue on this side, and we got pink on this side. So it's already becoming a bit more futuristic. We'll keep adding these radial gradients. I'll make this. Honestly, a big part is playing around with the colors, having fun with it. I'll mix that with, see, I'm gonna do super blue and super green. I'll make it a bit bigger. So you got a nice mix. As you can see, this looks quite beautiful already. I'll do it before and after, so you guys can see. Okay. Let's keep playing with it. What I also like doing is using a brush. And I like going over these lights, taking my time. Let's see. Now let's play around with the light a little bit, maybe make it a little brighter. And then I want to up the clarity just to make it pop out more. Nice, that's good. And let's see what we could do with the colors. This is super blue. We could do this. Nice, I like that. That's not bad. We'll up the saturation a bit too. Okay. play around with the curves a bit. And honestly, a lot of these, you don't even need to know how they work. Just play around with it. That's the best part, honestly. So let me do a bit of a explanation though. So as you go higher, so this is like the highs. Like, let me see, how can I explain this? So this is the I'll do a better example. So I'll use this curve option. As you can see, it actually does an explanation. This is the shadows. This area here is the shadows, and you go to the darks, and then you go to the lights, and you go to the highlights. So there's a clear separation in the region areas. Now let me go back to this mask here. So this would be the shadows. Let me see what color I could do. Let's see, how's the grain doing? Oh, I like that. That looks nice. Okay. That's not bad. I want to see a little bit more purple, actually. Let's see if we could do that. And then this is more so the general brightness. I like using the highlight area for this. So far, so good. Looks pretty decent. Let's see. And I'll show you my sharpness settings. I usually do 70 here, radius 1.5, detail 15, and then masking. What I like to do is I like to use on my Mac. So you hold on it and then you press Command. My bad. You press on it. So you tap it and then you press Option, and it does this thing where it kind of tells you everything that's being targeted. So I'm gonna make it, there we go. So this is it's not like this where it's targeting everything. This is a bit more neutral. I'm gonna target at 66. And then noise reduction. So back in the day, I would just adjust this, but it's incredible these days. You can use AI for the denoise. You press denoise, and then as you can see, there's an option that says loading enhanced data, and then takes you to my bad, takes you to this screen, and the difference is insane. It is stark. Okay, so usually I put it around like 20, 25 if it's somewhat noisy. If it's not that noisy, 15. If it's super noisy, you can go crazy, 55, 60, 70, up to you. But I'm gonna go 25. And then you press enhance, and then you just wait. As you can see on the top left here, it says creating DNG using denoise. You don't need to know what DNG means. Just wait a bit, and you're gonna be surprised. I'll show you. Let's do a bit of a look of what we can improve. So we got the colors here. Not bad. I want to do something with this side, and I think I'll change the crop as well. Almost there. As you can see, this is almost to the ticker. Come on, Lightroom, I believe in you. Okay, we got blues, we got greens, we got purples. There it is. Look at that. It looks like there's no noise. Well, if you zoom in, there is, but no one does that. So look at that. Wow. Beautiful. Incredible work, Adobe. Great job. So, all right. I like to also press remove chromatic aberration. Vignetting, it's really up to you. I usually do like 60. I like a bit more of a focus on my subjects. And if you want it to look a bit more old school, you can add grain, which is pretty much noise. I actually do like this because it adds a certain bit of texture, and it makes your photos seem a bit more professional and not as dolled up. If you have no noise, it just looks a bit cartoonish. It looks a bit too clean for me personally. So I like to add a bit of grain. And I prefer grain instead of noise because grain is in your control. The noise, it just doesn't have the same old school film type of vibe, in my opinion. Okay, so as you can see, you can use these two tabs. You can also use the curves. Another big part is the color grading here. There's midtones. You can change that up. There is shadows, and there is highlights. And I'll show you the actual tool that I love using in the end there. It's called Selective Color, and it's in Photoshop. But let's get to this first. So let's see what else you could do. I'm going to do a overlay here. We are taking a bit long. Apologies for that. Let's extend this. And I kind of want this to be, I like that green up there. Let's see what we could do. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Okay, cool. And I want to make the crop 4x5, which is the standard on Instagram. I'm not going to be posting this. It's just for personal reasons. There we go. I like this. Cool. Looks good. Here's a before. Actually, this is not the before. The problem is when you do the noise reduction, the AI, it kind of takes away the old before. I'll compare it to this. So this is what it looked like. This is what it is now. Let's do another one. Before, after. All right, now we're gonna go to Photoshop. Gonna give it a little bit. There we go. All right. Now I'm going to use my favorite tool, Selective Color. This is incredible. This will do wonders for you. Now let's go to blues. Now we can go crazy with the colors. Let's say, I kind of want to keep it blue. Let's see. Add a bit of cyan-ish. Nice, that looks good. Let's make it a bit more timeless. Make it less super bright blue. Nice. And as you can see, I don't really have a super strict plan with my editing. I just do whatever I want. A little bit more pink, some more purple. Where is this? Nice. As you can tell, it's kind of hard for me to know when to stop, but you just kind of got to let go and say, hey, this is my product. I'm not gonna add any more. And I think that's where I'm at right now. So we're gonna call it a day, and boom, that's the normal to a more cyber infused type of edit. I hope you enjoyed watching. Thank you.